Last year, it was COP20 in Lima, Peru. The year before, COP19, COP18, and COP17 right here on our shores. In fact, world leaders have been meeting annually to discuss climate change since 1995. Every year, it seems to be the same story: big hopes, but little change.
The main stumbling block has been the sort of split between the developed countries and the developing countries. The developing countries argue that historically this has really been caused by the developed countries and they need to take the burden, the majority of the burden of solving it. The developed countries point out at this moment, in fact, the emissions from developing countries are just as large as those from developed countries and they can't solve it alone.
Developing nations want rich countries to finance their reduction in emissions. But what isn't up for debate is the research on climate change. It's very clear to everyone that it's happening and it's being caused by humans. The world has decided something needs to be done, but getting over 190 countries to agree terms is tough. At COP3, the Kyoto Protocol was signed, but that didn't include the United States, one of the world's top polluters. The protocol will run out in 2020, and a new, stronger agreement needs to be signed in Paris.
So much is now at stake, and we are so late in the game that I'm almost sure that there will be a fairly significant agreement reached.
The goal for the talks is clear-cut: to achieve a legally binding agreement to keep global warming below the critical threshold of 2 degrees Celsius of warming. Teresa Taylor, Johannesburg.